Hello friends, welcome to class. Today I'm going to be drafting freehand pattern for a fitted dress, like the picture you are seeing on the screen. Now that's the style we are working with today. I just thought I should make a tutorial video for my followers out there, my fashion beginners who maybe they don't have money to go and learn a skills and they want to sew. Maybe they have a machine in the house and they would love to learn how to sew. So that's why I came up with this video. So please don't forget to follow me, observe what I'm doing, get your popcorn, because it's going to be a well-detailed video, and I'll be as fast as possible also, so that the video will not be too long, so that I can post it for you all. So don't forget, I am Blessing Udochi, Emeralds'apparel, your favorite tutor. So please, if you find value in this video, don't forget to give me a like, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, share, and also follow. So the measurement I'm going to be working with today is bust 36. I hope you can see it here. Bust 36, waist 28, hip 40, arm length 15, shoulder 14, length 38. So now the first thing I'm going to be doing is to draw out the lines. So first thing I'll do is to measure from here to chest line. For me, whenever I'm making an outfit that the measurement is from 40 below, that's 40, 39, 38, that's below, I use 9 inches for the chest line. I use 9 inches for the chest line. That's what I use, 9 inches for the chest line. So I'm just putting a mark here so that I can trace it with my ruler. So I use 9 inches for the chest line. Now the half cut for my client is 15. I'm going to use 15.5. Now the reason I am using 15.5 is because by the time you sew with half inch, when you are joining the shoulder and you sew with half inch, there's going to be a shortage. You have shortage because it might end up, the half cut might end up becoming 15. Sorry, might end up becoming 14.5. But if you use 15.5 instead of the normal half cut that is 15, you end up having exact 15 when you are done with the measurement. Now the next line I'm going to be notching is the waistline. Now the waistline, sorry, I've notched the waistline, the hip line. So for the hip line, I'll use from this waistline mark to, normally we use 8 inches, but there are some clients that their hip is down and there are some clients that their hip is up. So for my clients, our hip is down, so I'm going to use 9 inches. Please, whatever I'm teaching you in my video, you might compare it to other video, but one thing you should know is that what I am teaching you is what I have used, what I have been using for many years, and it has worked for me. One thing also you need to know about fashion designing is that you can learn something today, and in the process of sewing, in the process of practicing, you find out another pattern that works for you perfectly well. So for me, 9 inches work perfectly well for me when I am working with a client that the hip is low and not the client that the hip is high. So like I said, from the waist to where 9 inches is, I give a mark. So now I'm going to connect all the lines. I hope you can see me very well. I hope you can hear me very well. Anything you don't understand, drop in the comment section. I will do well to answer you. So go to the hip line like so. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to input the shoulder measurement. Now this side you are seeing here, this side I'm using this side for the front. Normally it's supposed to be on fold. Normally it's supposed when you're cutting the front pattern, your fabric is supposed to be on fold. But this one, since I'm trying to manage the pattern paper, so I'm using single. I hope you can see. Another thing you need to know is that your bust is divided by 4 when taking measurement. Divide your bust by 4, divide your waist by 4, divide your hips by 4. But when it has to do with the shoulder, divide it by 2. Shoulder is divided by 2. So what we are going to do now is to mark the shoulder. The clients I am working with, the measurement of the clients I am using right now, her shoulder is 14, which is 7. If I was using I'm not going to copy it. Whenever you're doing a free hand drafting, ensure that you add allowance directly. If this one I was making a pattern drafting tutorial, I would have not need to add this allowance I'm adding now, because I'm just going to copy it directly on the I'm going to copy it on the fabric. Maybe when I'm copying it I will add allowances, but because I'm not going to do that, that's why I am adding the allowance. So this paper now is just serving as if it's our main material, our main fabric. I had to get this paper just to teach people how to draft this fitted dress. Now the next thing you're going to do is, don't forget I said shoulder, which is 7. I added 1 inch for seam allowance. Now come down. After that you come down, you mark 1. You mark 1. And to this point you mark 3. From this line you mark 3 inches. Now this 3 inches is our neck line, while this one is our, this one here, I hope you are seeing, is our shoulder slope. Don't forget that our shoulder is not straight, so we always, our shoulder is kind of sloping, so that's why it's like so. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now we are going to bring this measurement down to this point. So bringing this measurement down to this point, we had 7 plus 1 here, which is 8. So you do the same thing here, 8 inches, and you drew a straight line. Drew a straight line. I hope you can see what I'm doing and you can hear me very well. Please, anything you don't understand, ask, I will answer in the comment section. So now I have drawn a straight line. So the next thing I'm going to do is to get the midpoint of this. The midpoint of this is 8, no more 9, because we have sloped by 1. So what we are having here now is 8. So the midpoint will be 4. I've put in a mark there. Now here I'm going to mark the bust measurement. Our bust is 36. 36 divided by 4 is 9. I put a mark there. So now for you, you can add 2, you can add 1.5 depending on the measurement you are, depending on the allowance you wish to add. But for me, I am adding 2.5 inches allowance. That is what I have been using. It works for me, so I don't have issue with that. We are going to be connecting it here and then here. So before then, what you do is, this is a front panel, so we are going to be going in by 0.75. You can use 0.5, you can use 0.75. Now 0.75 is after the half-inch mark. I hope you can see after the half-inch mark, this measurement you are seeing here, that is 0.75. So we are now going to connect. So what we do is, see, we connect this one. I hope you can see that. Please, if you are listening to me, just focus on me. Don't allow the noise and the background to distract you. My place is a busy place, so there is a lot of noise. But I just said I will make this video, so I'm not allowing that noise to distract me. So I don't think you should. So I'm trying to get it for you to blend. So you see. Sorry, my roller is kind of giving me issue. Yeah. So sorry about the mess. Sorry about the mess you're seeing there. Okay. So the next thing we are going to do, so you can arrange this place. So the next thing we are going to do is the neck. Now the neck depth I'm going to be taking for now. For me, I want to use 4 inch. 4 inches. Don't forget. So I'll connect 4 inches and I connect. My ruler is kind of having issue in this place. That's why you see it's giving me a little bit problem here. So this is it. So like you said, I've connected the neck. hope you can see that it's looking perfectly beautiful. So I don't like the way this place is looking, so I'll just try to blend that place a bit. I don't like the look, so I'll just try to I think I love that better, because that place was looking kind of shooty. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to measure the waist. The waist of my client is 28. Don't forget, 28 divided by 4 is 7 inches, and I mark. So I'm putting 2.5 inches allowance because I'm going to input that and everything. So I'll connect it to this chest line. Connect it to the chest line. Now the next thing I'm going to be measuring is the hip. My client hip is 40, which is 10. 40 divided by 4 is 10. I hope you can see me very well. Please bring the camera close. So it's 10. Now I'm adding 2.5 inches allowance. Okay, so I'll connect it like so. Connect it like so with my French curve. I hope you see the look. It's kind of looking beautiful already. I hope you are seeing this. So the next thing I'm going to be doing now is, now if you want this dress to be free, that's the down part of it to be free, you don't want it too body hug, like too tight, very pencil, all you need to do is just to take the hip measurement down, and that's all. You just take the hip measurement down. This hip measurement, you take it down. So you take the hip measurement down, which is 10 inches, and you connect it. But because I want it to be very pencil, let me just connect it so that you see how it looks. Let me just connect it so that you see how it will look. So I'm trying to use my hand to make this place. I hope you see how it's looking. But because I want the down part to be very, very pencil, I will now deduct 1 inch from it. I'll deduct 1 inch from it, and I'll connect so that you see how it looks. You can deduct more depending on what you want to, but your client should be able to walk. When you reach here, you just use your free hand to blend. Hope you understand. You blend it. You don't need it to look too shapy. You just blend it. You can use your ruler, you can use your free hand. Sometimes I think our hands even work more. Sometimes the ruler works. So do what works for you. You see? So you see, it's looking already set. It's looking already beautiful. So this is if you want it to be very pencil. But since you're not going to add allowance to it, you can leave it at this, so that when you sew, you can now sew. Maybe when you're sewing it, you sew 1.5 inches so that this place can be pencil. Or you cut it at this one. When you cut it using this one that we have come in by one, when you sew it with this one, it will make the down part be very pencil. Now, please, if you are using lycra material for this tutorial, if you want to sew this style with lycra material, polo, scuba, all this stretchy outfit, or stretchy fabric, ensure that you don't add all these allowance that you have added. If you must add any allowance, add only 1 inch. That is for inseam sewing. Sometimes without you even add that 1 inch, after sewing you find out that the cloth is too big. So for me, I don't even add when I'm using a very stretchy lycra material. What I do is I'll just take the accurate measurement. I'm not adding anything. But when I want to sew, I will sew with 1 inch, and the outfit will still come out perfectly well. I hope you can see this. Now the next thing we are going to be doing is to go to the back side, and we are going to do the same drawing to the back side. So now for the back side, I'm just going to be very fast so that my video will not be too long. I'll use 3 inches for the neck, then I'll use 7 plus 1 inch allowance, then come down by 1. Pardon me for that. Come down by 1. Then I slope it to where the 3 inches is. Slope it to where the 3 inches is. To where the 3 inches is. Pardon me with all the mess I'm causing there. So the next thing is the chest line here. I'll just connect the lines. Just to get a straight line, let me just, you see, but I've missed it. So connect the line. Connect the lines. Here also, I have to confirm it because I don't want to make mistake. So I confirm from here to here. I'll just do like this. 15.5 like I said. Then I'll connect. 15.5. And don't forget I said I added 9 inches to the waist, making it from the waist to 9 inches. That's where I'm marking my hip. Where I'm marking my hip. That's where I'm marking my hip. Okay. Now, sorry, there is something I forgot to do there. So one thing I'm going to do is let me keep a line. Let me keep like 1.5 inches line, because this line is going to come in. It's going to help us. 1.5 inches line. 1.5 inches line. I'm going to draw a straight line down. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So now that 1.5 inches line, there is a reason why I left it there. There is a reason why I left it there. So sorry, this now we are going to alternate this. Sorry, we'll start our measurement right here again. I'm sorry for the mess. So this will be our new shoulder here, and this is going to be our new up. So sorry for whatever mess you see there. It's an oversight. So I come down by 1 inch. Come down by 1 inch. I slope it to here. So that's our new line. Ignore this. So for the depth, I'm using 1.5. Okay, let me use 2. I'm using 2. So I'm going to connect. Going to connect. I hope you can see. Please don't mind the noise in the background. Sorry about that. Please ignore this. Ignore this line here. It's a mistake. So the next thing we are going to be doing is the chest line. We'll bring this measurement down, which is 8. Which is 8. Now remember that in this arm hole for the front, I took 0.75, but the back part you are going to first you locate the midpoint, then I can use half or 2.5, but I'll use half. Now the reason why this side goes deeper than this side is because the back shoulder, the back is broad, while the front around the armpit area, you know that it's kind of inside. So that's why I'm using this here. So I'll connect this to this. Connect this to this. I hope you can see that. Now, like we said, our bust is 36. Don't forget whatever measurement I'm using this line. Like we said, our bust is 36. So 36, which is 9. I added 2.5 allowance, don't forget. So I'll connect this to that, connect this to it. Okay, so the same measurement goes. The waist 28, which is 7 plus 2.5, like I earlier said. The hip is 40, which is 10 plus 2.5. I'm using the hole, so to be like this and like this. So make sure this place is not sharp when you're cutting. Make sure it's not sharp. Blend it. You understand? So now the down part is the same thing we did in the front. It's the same thing we are going to do. The hip measurement minus 1. Hip measurement is 10 minus 1. That is 9. So I connect. I blend. I'm just still putting that extra so that you know. Now, the next thing I'm going to be doing, the reason why you saw me adding this, because this is our kind of zip line. This is our zip line. So most people, you see that when you input zip at the back of your outfit, you notice that it's kind of giving you bulging at the back part, like you're seeing on the screen here. There's displaying on the screen here. So what you do is, for me, this is what I like doing. You can come in by 1, you can come in by half, depending on what you want to do. But mine, I'm going to come in by 0.75. I don't want to use much. I want to come in by 0.75. So then I'll connect like so. I'll blend it. Then do the same here to the hip area. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Now at the down part here, you're going to minus 1. Because there are sometimes you see when people are wearing a pencil dress, the back part will be looking kind of big. The back part will be looking as if there is excess. This is what I do that works perfectly well for me. So I'll connect this. I hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll connect this back to the hip line. Sorry for the mess you're seeing there. Have you seen? I hope you can see how beautiful it's looking. So this place will go in. So now what we are going to do now is, this is the line we are going to cut out. So what we are going to do now is, you're going to replace this by adding zipper allowance. So if you're adding zipper allowance, some people like to use 1.25, some people like to use 1, but let me just use 1 so that we'll have space to see what we are doing. Don't forget that we are no more using this line but the inside one. So from the inside line you mark 1. From the inside line you mark 1. Don't forget. From the inside line you mark 1. Continuously like that. So that will be our new line. So I'm going to connect. So we'll bring this our neck to this side. So we'll connect the neck. Let me take this down. Connect the neck to here. So this will become our new neck. I hope you can see what I'm doing very well. So this will be our new zip line. Please, any question, anything you don't understand, ask me. I am here to answer you. Ask and I will answer you. This is our new line. You blend it. Please try to blend. Make sure no place is too sharp. So now, when I measured the 1 inch, it was here. So this happened to be our new line. I hope you can see very well. So please, this happened to be our new line. So now we are going to be cutting through this. I hope you can see very well. We're going to be cutting through this. So this is where we are cutting now. I hope you are seeing very well. Please ensure that when you are cutting, make sure it does not go, don't go too sharp. If you notice I came out. Notice I came out. Please, whenever you're cutting your shoulder slope and you notice it's looking like this, ensure you do this. Otherwise, it will not look fine. Ensure you do something like this. This is what I do when I finish and I notice this is what I have. So this is what I do. I cut. Please, when you're cutting this, make sure that the front panel is on fold, and make sure that the folding side is not the side that is open. The front side is not supposed to be open, it's supposed to be the sealed side. That's what you use as the front side. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Now, let's cut the back panel. So this is the one we are cutting. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I hope you can see how beautiful it looks. You can see how beautiful it looks. This is the front and this is the back. Hope you can see how beautiful it looks. Isn't it looking very gorgeous? I hope you can see this. It's looking very, very beautiful. Looking very, very beautiful. Now, I would like to add that. Now, what you do when you want to mark for that? Now, for the back point, I'll come up 1 inches. Happy, where did you go? Okay. And for the that, I'll use 1 inches.